My name is Gemma Young and I'm a consultant chartered legal executive with Setford Solicitors, and I specialise in private client areas which deals with wills, lasting powers of attorney, trusts and probate matters. I have 25 years experience of dealing within law firms, and in 2013 I qualified as a chartered legal executive. Historically, I have dealt with matrimonial and divorce matters before I moved into private clients. So I quite often get asked by clients why would they need to update their will. Sometimes I come across people who don't have a will and don't feel that they need a will. But I would say my top reasons for at least creating a will and thinking, do I need to look at an old will that I've got, does it need updating, are triggering factors that occur in one's life, such as marriage, children coming along. You need to think about guardian clauses, divorce and remarriage. That's another triggering event. I do quite often have clients where they've been married, got children from that relationship, and they've gone on to then divorce, and they've made a will, leaving some of their estate to their children. They want to protect their children from their first marriage, but then they've gone on to remarry. And what they don't realise is that upon remarriage, the will that you've previously made has automatically been revoked. So that is something to think, does that affect you? Is that somebody you know? That is quite a common factor that I find, where wills have been revoked due to life-changing circumstances. So you do need to think about whether you need to update your will. There are other reasons to think about updating your will, such as are the executors still prepared to act as executors? Are all the beneficiaries that you've previously named in your will, are they still alive? I have come across wills before where the testator has died and unfortunately so have some of the beneficiaries. So what happens there when somebody doesn't update their will? Lasting power of attorney. So I quite often fill out these application forms on behalf of clients and I register them with the Office of Public Guardian. Now this can be in relation to your health and welfare and also in relation to property and finances. So there are two types of lasting power of attorney applications. Most of my clients do go ahead and opt for both options, but sometimes clients just say, I'm more interested in the property and financial side of things, so I just want to do an LPA in that regard. And I'm quite often asked these days about protecting assets. I think we're living longer these days and people are realising that we may well require care homes in the future, and people are concerned about how to protect their assets against care home fees. So I do a lot of property trusts, which is protecting the property if one requires care. There are certain rules about that and I would obviously discuss that with the client as and when. And I also deal with estate administration, which is probate matters. So when somebody dies and there are assets to collect in, liabilities to pay off, a house to be sold, for example, in accordance with the wishes of the will, I quite often administer estates there.